What's poppin', boys? I know it's been a minute since I've dropped the video. You know, just been doing my own thing, but finally making another video today. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna just be talking about what I think is the first 3 mods you should do to any Genesis Coupe, 3.8 or 2.0, whatever year it is. And yeah, let's just get straight to it. Gotta start on the outside of the car, of course. We had to air out. We can't just pull up and not air out. Come on now. Look at that fitment. OEM Plus. I love OEM Plus. It looks clean. Honestly, couldn't be more satisfied with the look. Alright, boys. Let's get started. So, talking about airing out, right? I say the first mod you should do, day one of getting a Genesis Coupe. Maybe not day one, but once you got the money, some type of suspension, okay? Whether it be coils, springs, or bags. Bags are in your budget, go with bags. Springs, I don't necessarily recommend. I've actually seen some Jennies on springs and they look clean. Only reason I say I don't know if I recommend springs is because you gotta think about it. This car is like 10 years old, sometimes even more if you got like a 2010, like a BK1. That's even older, it's like 12, 13 years old. Sorry, like 14 years old it could be, really. So that being said, your struts and whatnot and your shocks are all pretty worn already. So coils or bags, you'd be replacing them with new suspension. Now, lowering springs might be good if your struts and whatnot you think are in good condition, but you might have to end up changing out the struts and shit, which might end up coming out closer to coils. A cheap pair of coils, some Godspeeds or something, you might end up spending close to the same money. Springs probably run you about $300, and then struts and whatnot, you get a couple hundred. You do the work yourself to save you some money, but you might end up running the same amount as coils. So I really would recommend coils for anybody. Some Godspeeds are okay, or BCs for this car is what I would really recommend when it comes to suspension. Again, I'm bagged on some Flyers struts with 3P management, but that was just what I wanted to do. When I got the car, was on Godspeeds, so I would say the Godspeeds rode pretty solid. I didn't really have any complaints with them. I wasn't slammed, but I was like at a good height, like a track height, maybe a little lower. So yeah, I liked it. They weren't bad for the price. I think they were like $700, so they're not bad for the price. Number 2, I would for sure opt into getting an exhaust. Maybe not a full exhaust, but at least a catback. And the exhaust that I would recommend is probably ISR, because their exhausts are pretty cheap. I have the street one, which comes with a muffler, and it's not super loud. It's loud enough. And honestly, I like how it sounds personally. A lot of people have the race exhaust, which comes with no muffler, and it's basically like a straight pipe, but 3 inches instead of the stock 2 inches. I believe the stock is 2.5. So I would definitely recommend getting an exhaust, a catback. ISR is my personal favorite because it's the cheapest. You can even get a single exit ISR. It's gonna run you the cheapest, honestly. It's gonna be the cheapest exhaust you can get, and they're pretty solid quality. I mean, the tips are nice, they come with the finished titanium kind of look. I got this exhaust off of it was from a shop that I guess works on like salvaged cars and whatnot, or something like that, and that's how I got it. I found it on Facebook Market. It was steal. It was a steal. That's the best way to put it, honestly. It was definitely a steal. So that's how I recommend is an ISR exhaust. There's some other brands you can go with for sure. I have some friends with more expensive, more I would say probably a little better quality too exhaust, but if you're just on a budget, ISR I think is the way for the Genesis Coupe. My last mod, honestly, is gonna be an intake, right? Let me pop my hood real quick, show you the intake I'm running. I've shown it in other videos, but intake that I'm running. So I'm running an engine short ram intake. Some people told me just to do a drop in. Some people told me do true cold air, but the problem is true cold air, you have the risk of getting water on it or water in it and hydrolocking your motors or engine. So I don't want to risk that, but short ram gives you the noise, still gives you some performance, and it comes with this little heat shield. Yeah, it's not crazy protective, but you know, it gets the job done. It definitely does. And I really like it. It's really good. I think it ran me about like $250. Sometimes they're even cheaper depending on the sale and whatnot, but I know they're normally around $275 to $300. But there was like a discount, so yeah, I bought it, and I don't regret it at all. It sounds good. You hear it when you hear the turbo spooling all the time. You know, even before the tune, I heard the turbo spooling. Bonus mod. I'm not saying you have to do this, but if you really want to get like the peak noise of this turbo, blow-off valve for sure. I have a Forged Motorsport blow-off valve, and it sounds really good. But since the car's already pretty loud, it's not. I don't hear it all the time, but on the outside of the car, you hear it a lot more than the inside. Before the car had an Amazon blow-off valve, and it didn't sound like anything, honestly. It almost just sounded like there was not. It really, like I said, it really didn't sound like anything. It almost sounded like there was nothing there. So I wouldn't recommend that. I think it was causing a boost leak. So I definitely wouldn't recommend an Amazon blow-off valve. I would definitely recommend an actual brand name like Forged Motorsport or HKS. But yeah, like I said, definitely get you some suspension. Definitely get you some, at least an exhaust, because this car sounds like a vacuum cleaner from stock. Don't hear it at all. And then last but not least, I would definitely recommend an intake so you can hear that turbo spiel, because I know everybody wants to hear it, and from stock you really don't hear it. But with the intake, you'll definitely hear it, and it'll sound really good. I think it sounds amazing, honestly, without even a tune. And yeah, from there, you know, you go to the next few mods. You get tuned, get some wheels, all that good stuff. But really, the stock wheels on Jenny's, they look pretty good. You paint them and stuff, they look really good. Even the stock silver, they look good. So really can't go wrong with them. But yeah, boys, other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm trying to get back to being consistent and whatnot. It's just a bit difficult, you know, with the schedule that I have. But I will do my best to be more consistent. Let me know in the comments what type of videos y'all want to see. I'm thinking of doing maybe an exhaust video next. Tell you my exact setup from front to back. And yeah, I've got some other ideas, but that's probably going to be my next video. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see specifically about the Genesis Coupe, because that's what this channel is really revolved around, is the Jenny. And yeah, let me know. Let's give. Go start up.
Como institución especialista.
I get copyrighted. And my gas mileage been going up too. I'm driving a little more calm, I guess you could say, but yeah. I don't think there's anything else I gotta say in this video. So that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Be safe, take care of yourselves, and yeah, catch you on the next one.